So I know a lot of you guys have been asking about the saddlebags that I have on here. These are the Thrashin Supply. I believe they're called the Essentials. They're pretty old, so they're probably updated now. And these ones, they're pretty torn up. They've been on, this is probably the third bike of mine that they've actually been on. They go right on. They don't need any mounts or nothing like that. I just get a roll of that double-sided Velcro stuff and make little loops and cut it to size. Got those little loops around the subframe, and they just go right on top, right underneath the pillion seat in the back. You just take the pillion seat off, put them over like normal, and the seat goes right back on it. It's super easy to do, and I just use those Velcros to kind of hold it closer to the bike. That way they're not flapping around, and they're pretty solid. So it's kind of cool. You don't need any mounts, no nothing. It's just they go right on. But for those who've been asking, yes, they are the Thrashin Supply Essential bags. I love these bags. I'm probably going to get another set. I got my money's worth out of them. But anyways, I wanted to get out today because I haven't taken the bike out in a week, and that's kind of unheard of for me, letting my motorcycle sit for a week. But I wanted to get out, get the battery charged, and just get out and have a chill day. But on my other ride last weekend, I'm having a consistent problem, one that I haven't really talked about much. Every once in a while, and it's very rare, that's why I really kind of haven't been bothered by it, and it's just kind of a minor inconvenience. What'll happen is sometimes I'll go to turn the bike on after parking it or something like that. The screen will flip out, like all the lights will come on, and then it'll just go black. And I won't have a dash at all. The bike will start, the bike will run, but you don't know what mode you're in, you don't know how much gas you got, things like that. You don't have a dash. I've found that if you just turn the bike off and wait 30 seconds and turn the bike back on, it'll come back. It's always come back. But this last weekend, I turned the bike on, it flipped out, screen went black. So I shut it off, waited for 30 seconds, turned it back on, and didn't come back. It's like, okay, that's weird. So what I had to do, this is the first time I've ever had to do this in the past 50,000 miles of owning this bike. It's the first time I've ever had to do this. Because I turned the bike off, got the keys out of my bag, walked away from the bike. I don't know how far I went, maybe 100 feet, and just out of range of the key fob. Counted 30 seconds again, went back to the bike, and it came back on. And it's the first time it's never done that. So I guess, okay, maybe I'll have them take a look at it and see what they can do. I know that there was that same problem happening to the Specials a little while ago. I don't remember what their fix was for it. I think it was a firmware update, and it seemed to have fixed the problem. I hadn't heard anything more about it from people that had the Specials, but I have that software update, and it still does it very rarely, but it does do it. And like I said, it hasn't been a big deal. I'll turn the bike off, wait, and turn it back on, and it's fine. It is kind of a pain in the butt, though, when you're riding with a group of people and you stop for a second or two. Maybe someone's got to check their phone. Maybe they just, I don't know. You just stop for some reason, then you get back on the bikes. Everyone turns their bikes on and gets going, and you're like, oh, wait, I gotta stop and wait again. My screen won't come on. There's been a few times where that's happened to me, where I've just been riding for miles without a screen. Like I said, the bike still works. It'll still start, it'll still run fine. You just won't have a dash. I think I'll take the bike in and have them look at it, see if they have a fix for it. I'm sure they do. I just haven't talked to them and told them about it, because it hasn't been a big deal. I played around with my suspension again and kind of tuned it, made it a little softer. Maybe that's not the word. Anyways, just for these kind of fire roads, I'm running into a lot of washboard and some like baby head trails lately. I made it a little bit more squishy. It seems to be doing a lot better. I just wanted a little bit faster suspension. I think next weekend SPC Dual Sport and I are gonna be going down the shirt tail loop. I haven't done that one in a while, and I want to get that done before it gets too hot out. It's been pretty nice lately. It would cool down a bit, but the problem with doing that one in the heat is it's a lot of uphill. It's pretty slow, so the air isn't moving through the bike as quick, and the bike just gets hot. And I like to be pretty mindful about how warm the bike's getting, just because, you know, I want the bike to last a long time, and heat's not great for the bike, any bike. Hopefully we're gonna go do that next weekend. We've lucked out so far in the year. There hasn't been many forest fires lately. However, 4th of July is coming up, so hopefully that doesn't change. But yeah, our wildfires have not been too bad already. So normally we've already had 3 or 4 big ones start. As of right now, we don't really have any going. So, hey, I'm okay with it. Man, there's such a different vibe when it comes to the weekends versus a weekday out here. It's currently a Monday, and that's part of my weekend. And yeah, there's hardly anybody out here on Mondays. And the weekends, it's packed. Yeah, there's a lot of OHV trails. There's dirt bike trails everywhere. People are camping, you know, enjoying the weather. But on the weekdays, people seem to be cleared out. That's when I like to come spend the time out here. Speaking of dirtbag campers. Not a bad way to spend a summer vacation. Out in the woods riding dirt bikes. If you're one of those people that, you know, has this thing called a vacation. I keep hearing the word, but I don't know what it means because I don't get those. Yeah, this suspension's a lot better when it's a little softer. I like it. I would go to my local dealership today and talk to them about the whole screen thing, see if there's anything they could do about that. But their service department is not open on Mondays. I've noticed that a lot of dealerships, they're closing their service departments on Sundays and Saturdays, if not altogether closed. The shop I go to is open all the time. They don't really have any off closed days, but their service department does. Around the area, there's now, since a few of them closed, I have 2 dealerships that are fairly close by to me. One of them, they're closed Sunday, Mondays. The other one stays open, but not the service. That was a fairly recent thing that happened, is they stopped being open on Sunday, Mondays. I don't get that. I don't get why. Like, bicycle shops do this too, where they'll close on Sundays and Mondays, and I would think that since you're basically a hobby shop and people are riding on the weekends, why you wouldn't be open on the weekends. I don't know. That's just my kind of view of it. I'm sure there's things that I don't understand, but so just didn't really ever make sense to me. But it's been kind of cool taking a break from the Harley for a while and riding mountain bikes around, getting back into that. I have noticed that my mountain bike is neglected and needs some work. I've been running around trying to find parts, and I like to buy from the bike shops and not order stuff online if I can help it. I'm running around finding parts that I need to tune up the bike and get it running. I am having issues though, since my bike is about 8 or 9 years old now. In mountain bike talk, that's actually pretty old. But yeah, I wanted to get out on the bike today, kind of charge up the battery a little bit, ride around. It's been a little neglected. A week without riding this bike is a long time for me. I'm gonna cut it here. I'm gonna enjoy the rest of my ride. If you guys could subscribe, it helps me out a ton. And leave a comment down below. Let me know what you guys want to see, what you guys are interested in. I know I'm trying to do more dirt content. I'm trying. So, if you could. So, dude and his dog. What a good puppies. Back up and running and good. Let's go this way back. First up and come on.